So we had a look at the Gibbering Mouther and remastering and trying to fix the Gibbering Mouther. And it's a challenge rating 2 monster. It's going to be facing up against probably characters of level 2. I suppose you could put it up against level 1 characters, but that's probably the best time to have the Gibbering Mouther involved. And of course you can go higher in level, but level 2 is the sweet spot. So its armor class was a 9. It was really easy to hit. I've given it natural armor and pushed it up to a 12. Normally, challenge rating 2 should have an armor class of 13. I've dropped it down just a little bit just to make it a little bit easier to hit, just because it is a sort of globulous mass of flesh. The hit points were fine. I didn't change them. The speed, its walking speed is fine, or its sort of oozing speed. Its swim speed was 10 feet. I made it 20 feet because apparently it's better at swimming than moving across the ground with its teeth and pulling itself. I only changed one of the ability scores. The strength was a 10. I've made it a 16, give it a +3, just so that it's going to hit more often and do a little bit of damage as well. Condition immunities, only had prone. I've added frightened because I don't think you can frighten this creature. And I've also given it stunned because it's usually a solitary creature. You usually find it on its own. It doesn't really fight with other creatures, just because it doesn't play well with others, okay? And a monk coming along and just bashing it means that's the end of the fight. It should, at level 2, level 2 characters probably take about 2 rounds to defeat, I would imagine, if you use the maximum of 99 hit points. I recommend using 99. Didn't change dark vision, didn't change the passive perception, that's all fine. Didn't change proficiency or the challenge rating. The aberrant ground, actually I was really tempted to change this. The only thing I did change is the DC 10 strength saving throw. I made it a 13. It's too low. And the Gibbering Mouther feature, instead of the range being as small as it was, I've pushed it out to 60 feet so you can include the entire party, because it is fighting essentially on its own. And its wisdom saving throw is a 13, not a 10. If you fail, what do you do when you roll that 8-sided dice? It really had you do nothing most of the time. So on a 1 to 4, when you roll that 8-sided dice, the creature does nothing and takes no action or bonus action. And on a 5 or 6, the creature flees in a randomly determined direction away from the Mouther. And on a 7 to 8, the creature makes a melee attack against a randomly determined creature within its reach, or does nothing if it can't make such an attack. Okay, so we've done that. Now with its attacks, I've given it 4 attacks instead of the 1 bite and the 1 blinding spittle. So now you get 4 attacks with your bite, and you can also use the blinding spittle if it's available. Okay, the bite is, instead of being a +2, which is really too low for challenge rating 2, it's a +5, much more in line with the characters. You're only doing a lot less damage because you're getting 4 attacks. We're doing 5 points of damage, so that's 1d4 +3 piercing damage. And medium and small creatures must succeed on a DC 13 strength saving throw, okay, or be knocked prone. If the target is killed by the damage, you are absorbed into the Mouther, who gains 1 extra hit point permanently as a result of basically absorbing a character into them. The blinding spittle was pretty much fine. I think the only thing that I changed was the DC. Now I think the DC 13 was already there for the dexterity saving throw. So that's it. That's everything for the Gibbering Mouther that I thought needed to be done. I'll put this up onto Patreon. Give it a test. I will be testing it myself.